Hey everybody, how's it going? Serial Overdrive here, and today I'm going to be playing Entropia Universe, but you already guessed that from the title. What we're going to be doing today is a 25 PED mining run, which you guys probably already knew because of the title, once again. But what we're going to be doing is getting 25 PEDs worth of probes, or at $2.5 worth. It doesn't sound as impressive when I say it in USD, so we're going to call them PEDs from now on. We're not going to talk about the US dollar aspect of this. Anyways, we're going to be spending 25 PEDs go mining on none other than Treasure Island. We're right at Treasure Island City right now, and we're going to start going out, dropping some probes, and hoping for the best. For those of you wondering why I like Treasure Island City so much, I got a massive, massive off here like a year ago or something like that, a while ago, right? But because of that, I'm staying loyal to Death Defier, the owner of Treasure Island, and I come here regularly just to drop some probes and see if the area is hot once again. So far, I haven't had any luck. I haven't really seen anything happening, but it's all good. It's all good. We're gonna go out, drop some probes, and see what happens. For those of you guys who are wondering, I would not recommend this area all the time, but this area can. It does have its moments. Every now and then, it's an amazing place to come, and the loot is pretty sick. For those of you wondering, this is Treasure Island right here. Treasure Island, fun fact, Treasure Island was the first major place other than land areas ever put up for sale by Mindark. It was a record-breaking sale bought by Death Defier for something like, I think it was like $25,000 US dollars. It was one of the first virtual properties in Entropia Universe to sell for big money. This is sort of what opened the door to CND, otherwise known as Club Never Die, which later led to the banks, which failed. It led to, what else did it lead to? It led to the malls. Those are pretty good. I think Death Defier actually bought one. And eventually it led to planets, which, I think the jury's sort of still out on the planets. A lot of people want to say planets were a massive success, but I don't know if that would be a fair statement if we're being 100% honest. So yeah, that's sort of just like a quick overview of Treasure Island. I gave that while I'm running because some of you guys like to get that info, and I thought it was sort of cool to just sort of drop that knowledge bomb on you guys. If you got any questions about Treasure Island or anything like that, feel free to ask me, because over the years, a lot of the stuff, the details, like the sales and everything like that, has gone just sort of ignored or forgotten, and it's hard to find nowadays. But some of that knowledge is stored inside of my beautiful, beautiful head. So if you got any questions, just let me know. Anyways, let's drop in here, and oops, that's a little bit too big of a drop, but hopefully I survive it. I survived it. We're good. So let's start dropping probes, but the zone doesn't permit it. So I guess let's not start dropping probes just yet. Let's hold on just a little bit because Mindark's not allowing me to do it. I think that's good. I think we're good to go. No, we're not. We're not. All right. I wish Mindark would tell you, give you some sort of range things so you could tell when you can and can't use stuff. I've been trying to use some different things that are range permitting, and it's so hard to figure out what way I should go, where I can and can't use stuff, and it just gets so annoying. You've just got to sit here and try stuff over and over again, which if you're a normal player, it's not a big deal, but if you're me and you're trying to start the video and then start doing an action, you're just going on and on, rinse and repeat, video after video after video, and eventually you just get tired of it. And looks like that, we're just dropping probes. So let's get going, folks. Let's get going and see if we can't get anything, well, nice. I was running right along the water last time when I got that Hoff, so I'm going to keep doing that. There's hoglos in this area. They're pretty high, aggro mobs, and they're mobs that I cannot solo, I cannot kill, so I've got to be very careful with them, because if one of them aggroes me, I'm going to be having a bad day. It's going to be a big waste of time. You guys are going to watch me sit here, go back and forth, and just try and lure them away from a claim, and it's very annoying. So what we're going to do here, for this claim that we just found, is we're going to go ahead and summon it in. So summoning a claim is the smart way to do it. Sometimes I'll try and go mine the claim if it's close to a mob, but if something like a hoglo, I know that's too close. I know it's going to get me aggroed, and I do not want to do that. So I'm just going to spend the 30 seconds, summon the claim, pull it up, and keep going. Also, for those of you who don't know, Treasure Island is one of the few land areas I go to, because land areas have a nice little tax to them. So if you look up here, and then you go down here, you can see the tax on this land area is 4%. So 4% of whatever I mine goes to the owner of Treasure Island, the holder of the deeds. great deal for the deed holder. Overall, the guys made a ton of money off of this. But for players like me, that means that some of the loot that you're, hoping to get does go to another player, which, that's not ideal. That's not the most eco thing to do. But that said, if the loot's good, you want to go there, especially when it's dropping like high markup loot. I don't think this is high markup though, actually. And yeah, it's not. It used to be. Dura used to be a very high markup, or it used to be like 130%, I remember, or even more than that sometimes. And just over time, it hasn't been used as much, so the markup on it's really crashed. That's one of the things that blueprints are always changing. The guns are always getting more efficient, and ores and end matter are coming up and going down just like nothing now. Like sometimes I'll log in and it's just like some ore that I was saving up for, it went from like 150% down to 100, and that really sort of sucks. But it happens. You get used to it. Let's keep dropping probes because we got 3 hits so far. Let's see if we can get a nice little number 4 there. Otherwise, we're gonna get a nice. Ooh, we did get another. Look at that, we got 2 right there. So that was a rare find where you drop a third probe, and you get 2 finds instead of 1, even though the second drop you got 1 find. So that's awesome to see. But that's it. We're out of luck right now. So what we're gonna do, I want to take like a nice little screenshot here with all my probes. There we go. Let's line it up perfectly. I'm going to hit that button, take that screenshot, and then we're going to start mining. I always like to get a good screenshot when I'm in-game, because otherwise I've got to go through the video and find it, and it's better if I just take it right off the bat and then start mining. But yeah, this was a pretty nice, like, sizable sum of claims here. And one thing I really like too is mining when it's dark out, because it just, like, I love the way this glows. It has like a very cyberpunk sort of feel to it. And for those of you guys who don't know, I'm huge into that cyberpunk genre. That's one of the reasons I love Asia so much. Oh my god, like, you go to Tokyo right after it rains, it's just the perfect time. You walk outside, the city streets are bustling, they're glowing, right? You got all this neon light shining, and the streets are just like alive. They're bustling, and there's like a glow to them, a neon glow that just reflects off of everything because of that, the water that's just on the ground. So like the streets you're walking on are literally just lighting up below you, glowing up at you, and it's just like sensory overload. It's amazing. If you guys are into Cyberpunk, I definitely recommend you visit Asia. There's some amazing locations in Asia as far as Cyberpunk goes. Like Bangkok, specifically Chinatown, is pretty spectacular if you're okay with the whole like sort of iffy-ish area of it. You can go to Soy Cowboy. That's a cool little area, but they do have a lot of like strip clubs and stuff like that there. But that is like very cyberpunk. It has a very like purple feel to it. I think it's called like Outrun or something like that. We got another 2 first, so we're gonna do a double drop here. But yeah, Tokyo is amazing. Seoul, that's another city. Seoul, the crazy thing about Seoul is just it is like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, just like how it works there. I went to Hongdae. I'm probably pronouncing that horribly. Sorry for those of you guys who are like from that area. But I went over there. It's like their university district. It is 24/7, like you've never seen before. I've been to New York City. In New York City, that's another like very cyberpunk city. Same with like Toronto. But oh my god, South Korea, it's just crazy because usually like, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., it's, it's a little shady out, right? It's a lot of people on drugs, a lot of people drunk, and hey, I'm part of the crowd sometimes, so I can't hate. But over there, over in Asia, like sometimes there's just people that want to go out and get their hair cut at 3 a.m., and that's legit. Like everybody's cool with that. And that's one of those things, like if I was location independent, as far as like work and everything like that goes, I'd definitely spend a month probably in like Tokyo, Seoul, or probably Tokyo or Seoul. I'd spend a month in just hanging out, and if you're in Seoul, eating chicken, because my god, they have amazing chicken. And you spend just a little bit of money and you get so much. I remember, so I went to this place, and I'm thinking to myself like, hey, like I'm with some friends. We're like, hey, we're a little hungry, like let's get a nice little snack, right? We go to this place. There's like a chicken plate. There's a few of us, and $10. So you figure that's like a nice little appetizer, right? So we got that. We got some beers. The beers come. Beers are good. Then the chicken comes, and my God, this is like a family-sized feast of a plate. It is just covered all sorts of like hot chicken, spicy chicken, chicken made with rice bread, chicken made with like fried chicken, just everything all over the place. And you've got sauces, you've got garlic sauce, you've got like ketchup, you've got just any sauce you can imagine laid out on this table. And my God, it was like one of those things where like you see the food coming and you're like, we've gotten ourselves in a little bit over our heads, but we're not going to admit it, so we have to finish this. We sat in that restaurant just for like 3 hours drinking and eating chicken, and it sort of shot through a good night, but it was a good night after all because the chicken, the chicken there is just amazing, and the beer is always good, right? Like, good friends, good beer, and some good food. Like, you can't ask for much more than that. Of course, if you're in a foreign city, sometimes you want to do a little bit more than that. You want to go see some stuff, you want to go party, but whatever, it's okay, because luckily that's one of those cities where the nightclubs are open just all the time. But me being like little bit of an old fuck, right? I'm just like, I'm too full. I don't know. I don't like going clubbing after I've eaten. Even when I was younger, I was that way. If I go out for a big meal, I'm not going to go out, like, partying. It's just not, I don't have it in me. I feel like a fat ass, and I don't want to, that's not when I want to go out. Anyways, that's just like a random sort of tangent story that I'm telling. I don't know if you guys like that stuff or not, so I'm going to move on to just going back to the Entropia stuff. But just, I saw that mining claim, I saw the way it glowed, and it took me back to a special place. Oh my God, I was going to try and go with that Guns N' Roses song. It takes me away to the special place. I can't come up with the next line though. This is horrible. Sweet Child of Mine or something like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the next. All right. Yeah, so that sort of failed. Do like Guns N' Roses actually. I like all types of music. I'm a fan of music. I can talk pretty much anything with you unless you want to talk country. I do not know country music. I don't get country music. Nothing against people who like it. Like, I don't know. There's like those generic country songs that got popular that I like because they've got like a nice chill laid back vibe to it. But a lot of the time, anytime I hang out with my friends who talk about country, they'll show me like a really good song, and eventually it's some guy singing about getting drunk because his horse died, his wife left him, or his car broke down, and that's pretty much like a generic like theme, which like I can't really relate to. I don't have a horse. I wouldn't get too upset if my car broke down, and I don't have a wife who's left me, so can't relate to any of that. So I don't know, those are you guys who are like 20 listening to country. Just think about that next time you're listening to a country song getting drunk. But anyways, let's keep going. I'm just insulting random music, well, a random music genre here that's just sort of popular to rip on, and that's not cool. That's not cool to me. It's good music, and there's definitely some artistic talent to it. It's just not something I can enjoy. So like that, we've done a mining run. We've gone through 25 PEDs. We started off pretty hard. We started off pretty hot, but I don't know if we're gonna break even on this because near the end we were just hitting nothing. I was telling stories and we were getting no loots. That's never a good sign. That's never a good sign. So what we're going to do is teleport back. We're going to add it up and then call it a day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you like about my like talks and everything like that if you're still listening, because that always helps when you guys say like I like hearing stories about places you've been or something like that. That really does help me realize like that's something that hit. So one of the things about these videos is there's just a general group of people, about like probably 150 to 400 of you who will listen to these, right? And I don't know which videos are sort of popular and which aren't. I can use the likes, I can use the dislikes, but there's certain people that just dislike videos because they don't like Entropia Universe, and so some people like videos because they want to support me, and that's cool. But if you leave a comment and say I really like this part of it and I didn't like this part of it, it helps me out. It helps me hone my skills and get better at this, which is something I think we all want. Anyways, a 25 PED mining run. Let's start dropping these ores and then matter in and see just where we ended up. Force Nexus, which is only 102% now. We've got 148 PDs of this. Dura, again, 102%, so not much. Cobalt is selling for a magnificent 62.5%. I don't know what sort of genius sold it at that price, but ouch. It was only like 1.6 PEDs, so it's not that bad. Got 21 PEDs of this little turd sack right here, so that's sort of nice. Growth molecule, we've got a nice few PEDs of that. We're 106% on growth, but this is a outlier. It's not the norm. The norm's more like 100%. And lastly, this light of dust, I think that's what's going to save me. It's got a slight markup to it, and we've got a nice 1.5, 1.49 PEDs of it, I guess. 1.52. I was close. That's pretty good for doing math on the fly. And we've got a nice little markup to it, so we're going to get an extra 10 PECs there, which means overall on this run, we're walking away about 1 PED up with markup. That's not too bad. It came out a lot better than I thought. That set of drops where I dropped 4 probes, or I tried 4 drops and I got 5 claims. That's what really saved this run, especially that cobalt claim. But yeah, pretty good mining run. Hopefully a good story. I sort of liked where that went. I don't know what you guys think of it, but decent story. Also, I just remembered we might have some probes left over. I always forget to check this. Look at that. We got 20 probes left over, which is a whole 1 PED. So that means we got 2 PEDs of profit, actually, which covers markup and more. So yeah, really good mining run. Got some skills, got some profit, and got to tell some cool stories. Thank you guys, as always, for joining. If you can, it really does help me when you hit that like button, because that means more people are going to see this video, more people are going to find Serial Overdrive, and then hopefully I can use whatever traction I get from that to create something great and just keep making these videos better and better. Anyways, hopefully you guys liked the video, and until next time, have a good one. Happy mining, happy hunting, happy crafting, or whatever you're doing. Just happy life. Until next time, peace.